blowing stuff up and setting things on fire.
Stomping Tokyo with pretty moe, if you ask me.
That is pretty moe. Tell me more about this.
Godzilla-chan.
Yes. Will there be an unlockable swimsuit?
Godzilla swimsuit edition. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Oh my god, Mothra in a swimsuit, that'd be so scandalous.
Maybe in a towel or a maid outfit. Ooh.
Oh my god. Mothra in a maid outfit, that gets me all hot and bothered. So
back.
So there's these there's a new Godzilla game from Bandai Namco, that is going to be on PS3 and PS4, and it's going to be in North America and Europe in July, and it's gonna feature Godzilla. It's gonna feature the Toho version of Godzilla and the American version of Godzilla, the 2014 movie Godzilla, and it's also gonna feature Type 92 Maser tanks, Super X2, Super X3, Super Mechagodzilla, and the MFS3. And none of these things would mean anything unless you're as big of a Godzilla nerd as I am. But so that's all. These things sound really cool. But there's also it's also going to feature King Ghidorah, Biollante, Mothra, Mechagodzilla, Jet Jaguar. Oh my fucking god! Are you serious? Jet Jaguar. Please get this cancer out of my Godzilla. Why does he keep coming back? Whenever I think he's dead, he just comes back and is like, hey, back in this new Godzilla game. Can't get rid of me.
I think it's either a joke or someone has a vendetta. They're just going to put it in there just until people eventually like Jet.
I think... Oh my god, he's so dumb. Like, I think that he is actually... I think people actually like... And also there's going to be Heater and Destroyer, which are cooler. But anyways, I think Jet Jaguar is actually popular in Japan because of like the Super Sentai whatever.
Ah... Okay, that makes sense.
Like those kind of things, like Ultraman, like that kind of stuff's actually popular, and that's what he's basically like. So I think that he's like legitimately liked in Japan, and it's like I just don't want him in my games anymore.
So do you think this is going to be schlock or what? Because I noticed they didn't show any PS4 footage. Everything was captured on the PS3.
But even then, it actually looked really good.
No, I gotta confess, it really did, actually. I'd be genuinely surprised if that sucked.
I'll be genuinely surprised if it actually looks like that, though, when it comes out. Like, the actual gameplay footage looks like that. And that's not just... Hopefully that's not just cutscenes. And, that would be really disappointing if it was just cutscenes. Because the Godzilla games have a history of not having very good production values. Because people didn't think that they were really that popular, I guess. But this looks like there's actual effort in the graphics.
Here's hoping, man. Seriously, you know it's bad when a bikini-wearing samurai chick with a cowboy hat is in video games, and those games look better than Godzilla games.
Oh, but it's Godzilla's not as sexy.
Sadly, no. Nor does Godzilla kill zombies, which may be why.
Godzilla will always be my waifu in my heart.
Only room for one, and that's Godzilla. Move over, Kanade.
Godzilla-chan. Godzilla-kun.
That's great. Yes.
The ultra-destructive Godzilla game commemorates the 60th anniversary of the titular monster by letting you play the monster itself against human civilization as you clear missions by destroying buildings and weapons. The game recreates the camera angles that invoke the sense of scale, the fireworks explosions, and the latest techniques from the original tokusatsu special effects films. Famitsu magazine described a backstory that takes its cues from Toho's first Godzilla movies. Godzilla, who appeared in Tokyo in 1954 and was brought down by the secret weapon Oxygen Destroyer, has somehow made landfall again. As the players complete missions to destroy civilization, Godzilla will increase size and physical strength. Godzilla Expand Dong. Godzilla starts at 50 meters, 164 feet, and can grow to double that size. Players gain points when Godzilla destroys the town, but their resistance from humanity becomes more difficult as the game goes on. Godzilla for the PlayStation 3 arrived in Japan on December 18th. Cool. So yeah, that sounds interesting. Godzilla gets big as he eats the town.
There you go. See, there's a good example of what we talked about in your first article of how to, create a essentially murder simulator, quote unquote, and do so with some finesse.
Well, yeah. I mean,
by destroying the city as a giant lizard.
I think that Godzilla doesn't even pay attention to humans and just kind of is like, building!
Yeah, I don't think he cares. We're ants. But that building, that's gonna go. That's gotta go now.
It's gonna be interesting how they make the actual Japanese military actually a threat, because in all the movies, they're never a threat. So, like, all their tanks and shit in this, it's Mechagodzilla or Mogira, it's never a threat. Unfortunately.
Sad but true.
So, I'm going to be interested to see what's going to happen here.
I cannot wait. I'm excited.
All I knew when I first heard about this game was that it was going to have the two versions of Godzilla and King Ghidorah, which was, I was like, I'm happy just with that, because King Ghidorah, I mean, it's so fucking cool. I'm kind of sad that there's not going to be more. There aren't going to be more. I wonder if you're going to be able to play as those other monsters, if you're always going to be Godzilla. And I wonder if there's going to be multiplayer versus, like, Godzilla Save the Earth. I love that game so much. The fighting was really cool, and it had a huge variety of monsters.
Man, they better have multiplayer. That'd be ridiculous if they didn't.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be as good if they didn't add a nice variety of monsters. If they only have like 8, like it seems like they're going to have, it's not going to be as good. But I don't know. It still would be. It'd be better than nothing, I guess.
That is also very true.
Well, that's all I've got for news stories.
Ooh, we ended it on a great note then. Oh.
Yeah, totally by accident.
What a pleasant surprise.
Godzilla.
I still think that Kantai Collection would have been a better note, because, I mean, that's just, you can't go any higher than that. Just perfect.
Stop.
Fantastic.
Stop.
Cute grills.
Gets all the more funny when you say grills out loud.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thanks for joining me, Michael, once again.
Thank you, and my apologies for dragging this out immensely.
Why? No, you didn't drag anything out. I said I was one blabbling most of the time.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
No, it definitely was.
Oh, it sounds like a challenge. We will let the audience decide. They're going to say you, probably. Damn it. Why do you have to say him? Come on. I know it's his channel, but cut me some slack.
Vote in the comments below. Who talked more?
It's always me.
Me or me?
Whoa.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Michael. See ya. All right, so now it's time for the fan mail section. I actually have a few things, I guess. I actually have a few emails to read. Kind of not surprised that I have so little, I guess, because I haven't been very good about answering them, but I'm a piece of shit. What can I say? Okay, so here's one from this girl that I have given advice to twice now. I think I responded to her twice in both podcasts. She says, "Thanks for the advice. The day after I sent them." Okay, so this is following about her boyfriend who was who she didn't really feel like it was going well with. And then she finds out that he was basically cheating on her with another girl. And so Now we're picking up from there. So the day after I sent that message, I got my boyfriend alone I can't read. The day after I sent that message, I got my boyfriend alone during lunch and talked to him. He pressed that the girl he'd been texting was just a friend he hadn't seen in a long time and just wanted to meet up with again. I remember going through my head that morning, laying down exactly how I would break up with him. But what really ended up happening was that I spilled everything I'd been feeling since we hooked up. You mean hooked up as in like actually hooked up or actually like started dating? Because those are very different things. I talked about every time he'd hurt me deeply and just spoke from the heart. Though I felt utterly crushed and cheated on that day, I believe that he really was ignorant, and I still trust his meetings with that girl were innocent. So he's truly a good person, but I was so emotionally torn on that day. I sent that message. I could only think about how awful he was. So no, your mind is trying to defend him when you should not be trying to defend him because, so here, let me go back and read some of those things that he said that she basically caught her boyfriend texting, this other girl, and, here's what what he was doing. He was, he called her things like cutie and babe, and sent her those just because I was thinking of you texts. And, let's see. He even asked her to hang out with him multiple times in those texts. I realized that the dates of those texts were on exact days when I'd asked him to hang out, and he said he was busy with work. So he blatantly lied to you on days that you asked him to hang out in favor of hanging out with her instead. That's not something that you do that it's just friends. It's not something you do when it's just an innocent thing. And you don't call someone cutie and babe. Those aren't things you call someone who's just a friend. So stop trying to defend him. He is clearly wrong. He's full of shit. And don't stop trying to defend him because he's wrong, period. Okay, so anyways, let's continue on with this email. He told me on that day that he wouldn't talk to any other girls if that's what I wanted, which is utterly unreasonable, but a sweet thing to say, I guess. He asked me what he wanted me to change and what he needed to make me happy. It was sweet, and at that moment I considered changing my mind at the last second and just working things out, but regardless of that, I knew, and always did, that he wasn't right for me. And he was all talk, and I knew it. His actions always went against the things he said, even if he meant it, and I can't deal with someone like that. Yeah, he fucking straight up lied to you. Someone who, if it was just, like I said, if he was just friends with her, he would not have lied about what he was doing and would have told you that he was hanging out with another friend instead. And I can't deal with someone like that. So in the end, I still broke it off, and he told me this. Okay, if that's what you want, that's good, because you weren't feeling it. You weren't feeling it before, and this kind of is the nail in the coffin. So since this was my first relationship, I didn't know what to expect. What I really wanted that day was for him to give me a reason to stay, to fight for me a little bit. He told me I was the first girl he'd ever loved. That doesn't really sound like he actually knows what love means. But like I said, he's all talk. Yeah, you're right. If he wanted me to stay, he would have showed it, but I never got that. It was on the day right before Christmas break that I broke up with him, and those 2 weeks were really difficult. I remember waking up crying every morning, then going to bed crying. I started regretting my actions, and I was constantly having this battle of heart and mind. So cheesy, I can't explain it any other way. There was a lot of emotional junk I had to get over. I had a lot of talks with my mom and friends, and I prayed a lot, and I see him every day, but I can say with 100% certainty that I'm completely fine. Good. Even more, we've decided to remain friends, which is nice. We're taking things one step at a time. but I have no intention of ever restarting a relationship with him. But throughout all this, there's something I still wonder, and that's, why is it that sometimes you long for something even when you know it's no good for you? It's weird. Anyways, just wanted to fill you in on what happened afterwards, and thank you for your advice again. It's probably, I've had this problem going on with my ex for a while now, and she broke up with me a long time ago, but we kind of kept doing stuff together and kind of actually kept acting like we were in a relationship, doing relationship-y things. Yeah, and so it kind of, but I kind of still, I still really want a relationship, I guess, even though I don't think that that things are really going to work out because of how she's kind of been cold shouldering me for a long time now. So I think that the reason I wanted it to, us to be together again all this time is because I remember all the good things, and, I want to keep having those good things, and even though right now I'm experiencing bad things, and our relationship is on bad terms, so it's probably just cognitive dissonance, trying to, ignore the logic, trying to just throw aside logic and, I guess, only think, and just block out anything that's not good. That would make you think otherwise. That makes sense, hopefully. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that one. Okay. So, here's the next one from the same person who drew the, Draco X Goat Jesus fan art. So, sometimes I have gay dreams about Glenn Love's Subway ravaging my asshole, holding me down with his big hands while staring at me with his Megane eyes. I don't think that's ever gonna happen unless you turn into a, underage girl. Unless you're a loli. Probably not gonna happen. Also, I sometimes have dreams about other YouTubers, such as blowing Sushi Babe's sushi roll, or having a three-way between Goat Jesus and Demolition D. But it's not actually them, it's actually their little internet personas, so it's me sandwiched between a tiny goat and Guts, with Goat Jesus in the poop hole. and Guts deep-throating me, injecting semen into my stomach. There was even a dream with you, Draconis, where I just forget I said any of this. Well, you see, here's what you do. You see, Demolition D loves boobs, but Goat Jesus is gay, so you have to get big boobs. So you got the right gender, I think, but you need big boobs so that you can get Demolition D in on it. No, I don't know. I don't know anything, so I'm just making shit up. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, you're never gonna have your fantasies fulfilled of being sandwiched between, a little goat and Guts. I'm sorry. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Hi, it's me again. This is someone who had problems with, their, parents and God and religion and stuff. I'm not sure if you're making another podcast. Happen to be speaking right now, which I loved your last one, by the way, but right now I just need some help and advice, whether it be on a podcast or not. I just need some advice personally. Like, I'm in a pretty shitty situation, and I'm not sure how to handle it. You really helped me with my last problem. Things with my family have been going great. I am forever grateful. God, my mush mouth today. So I'm forever grateful for your last advice. So if you could help me, that would be great. But I know you're busy, so if not, that's okay too. Not really busy, but just don't care about stuff very much. But I'm in a bit of a pickle. You see, I'm not gonna give any names, but I'm just gonna call the girl I'm talking about E. Okay, so it starts out like this. I had a big crush on E for a lot of years now. We started talking about 7th grade, stopped, and then we just recently started talking again. She's really cool, is into anime and all that good stuff. She was dating another girl at the time, and I was cool with that. Hell, I supported it and shipped it. Are you a guy or a girl? I can't really tell. The name is very feminine sounding. The name from the email, but in the avatar it looks like a girl, but I can't tell. Maybe it's a guy. It's anime, so I can't tell if it's a guy or girl. Whatever. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, sorry. But, anyways, maybe it's just a foreign name. I don't know. Could be masculine and, I don't know. Anyways. But while she was dating her ex, she told me that if she was single, then she would date me. I was ecstatic. I didn't rush her or anything, but until then we became really close friends. We went out to eat, walked around, she met my sister, all that good stuff. She would tell me her personal problems, and I would tell her mine. It was great. A solid month passes by until E and her ex finally breaks up. I don't quickly pounce on the situation. I wanted a good 3 weeks before I started making my feelings clear. She knew I liked her, but she would always talk about her other crushes. Ooh. I don't know, but it made me angry. Like, it was as if she forgot or just simply didn't care that I liked her. She would talk about dating other people, which made me feel awful considering she told me she liked me. But I still stick by her. But today was an absolute shitty today. But today was an absolute shitty day. I didn't make my show choir tryouts because the stupid ass teacher decided to pick the talentless popular girls rather than pick the nerds that actually have genuine talent. But that's besides the point. I was devastated. I went to E on Facebook wanting some comfort and something to take my mind off it, but then right off the bat she tells me that she has yet another crush. A girl who already has a boyfriend. I finally snapped, telling her that I liked her and I was sick and tired of working hard to earn her affection if she was just going to keep pretending that my feelings aren't there. Like, she already told me that she liked me, but I don't understand why she kept tiptoeing around my feelings like they're not there. So she tells me that she couldn't see me and her dating. She started talking about marriage and living in an apartment together and how it wouldn't work. I just started high school. What? How the flying fuck would I start thinking about marriage? Good question. I was angry and heartbroken to know that she didn't mean what she said, and that was all waiting. That all the waiting and the things I've done for her were all in vain. I cried for a good hour or two. This was around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My dad felt awful about the show choir results and took me out for drinks and stuff. It helped taking my mind off it, but now when I get home on Facebook, it's awkward between us. Part of me wants nothing to do with her at all. She lied, saying that she wouldn't leave me and that she would always be there for me. But I feel like it was a lie. What should I do? Should I talk to her about how I feel, or should I just ignore her and stay away from her? It would help a buttload if you could help me. You my last hope. Love ya, and thanks so much for the SAO videos. They made me loathe so hard and feel so much better. You mean laugh so hard, I hope? They made me loathe so hard. Okay. Thanks again, and I hope you can help. So this sounds like a lot of really premature adolescent drama that that is really not that important. Because you just started high school, so you're like 15 years old, and this girl sounds like she's a skank. Like, she sounds like the kind of girl who would cheat on you if you are actually in a relationship. Because you talked about how she kept acquiring these new crushes all the time. And so it seems like she's really wishy-washy and would change her feelings really fast just because she found someone new. And that seems exactly what happened here. But then she cites, like, you don't know. She says that she can't see you and her dating because of living in an apartment and how it wouldn't work. About talking about marriage and living in an apartment together and how it wouldn't work. You never know those. You don't know those things until you've started dating and actually getting to know somebody. And you're only freshmen in high school, and that's not. You're not gonna know those things that early. You're still maturing as people at that point. You're not even like you don't even have like a very accurate sense of self at that point. So that's kind of like there's no way she would know that. She seems like the kind of girl who would like tell her parents that she wants to move in with her boyfriend at the age of 16 when she's still in high school. And then she'd probably also get pregnant, accidentally. She just sounds like that kind of person. Kind of person who makes really bad life decisions. So I don't think you're really, I know how you feel, but I don't think you're missing out on anything with this girl because it sounds like she's just really, wishy-washy and changes how she feels all the time. So she's not worth your time. There's no point investing time in a relationship with someone who changes how they feel all the time like that. So I think you're fine there. I mean, she sounds, like I said, she sounds really unwise. You're not gonna know if you're marriage material. She doesn't know you. She didn't even try to get to know you. So, and she's already saying that she can't see you living together or married, which is like, you never know those things. People date for four to even 8 years, somewhere in those ranges, and still aren't sure about marrying yet. And she hasn't even dated you and she's assuming that she can't see yourself marrying you. What the fuck? That's fucking retarded. That's just fucking stupid. And then she said that she would date you if she wasn't dating someone else, and then she changed her mind at some point for some reason. So yeah, she's really wishy-washy. And that's not the kind of person that's worth seriously dating. That's the kind of person that you like have flings with and hookups with. And nothing else. That's all they're good for. They're not good for actually seriously dating. So yeah, I don't mean to trivialize your problem, but I don't think you have a problem because I think you actually are in a good place right now because you're kind of being saved from dealing with that person because she seems really unstable. Frankly, I'm sure I know you like her, but she just seems really unstable and not worth your time. So take it as kind of a blessing in disguise that you don't have to deal with her anymore. Or you don't have to worry about actually, because it could be worse, right? You could get invested. You actually could start being in a relationship and get invested in her a lot more, and then she decides to just break up with you out of nowhere without any signs that it was coming, and tell you that she found someone else that she liked more than you. which would be even shittier, because then you'd already be invested in a relationship to some degree. But that seems, well, that's clearly what would happen with her, because it seems like she just finds a new shiny thing that she wants, that she finds interesting, and so she totally changes her feelings depending on that. Yeah. I think I'm kind of repeating myself at this point, so yeah, hopefully that helps. And in response to your question, what should I talk to her about how I feel, or just ignore her and stay away from her? I don't know. I don't think you should. You definitely shouldn't try to pursue a relationship with her anymore, because of everything I just said. Friendship, I don't see why not. Staying friends, I don't see why not. Unless her drama starts, like, having a negative effect on you. Like, if she, like, starts attacking you or something like that. I don't see any reason not to be friends, stay friends. But yeah, a relationship, not possible with that kind of person. I don't know, maybe she'll grow up in 3 years through high school and become like a respectable individual and be worth dating after that time, but right now she's clearly confused and unstable. So, I'm sorry if that offends you, that I'm insulting your friend that way, but that's just the way it is. That's just how she is. I'm sorry, I'm calling it as I see it. Well, anyways, that's it for fan mail today. Right? Yep, that's it. Not very much. Hi, this is Dracokast going back and retroactively editing my podcast because I uploaded it with the next song, with the 6th song of the week that I wanted to use, but the entire video got muted because YouTube has the bullshit system where people can use their ID content thing to just mute your entire fucking video if they find a song or some audio that they have that's theirs or whatever. And I found out that a lot of songs from Macross Frontier are muted on YouTube by whatever Victor company, Victor Entertainment or some shit, whatever it's called. And I didn't realize that. I guess I should have checked these songs before. It is like only the most popular songs too, which is bullshit. It's like all the ones that I want to use for the top 5 Megumi Nakajima songs are muted, basically, except for Cat's Diary, I guess, was the only one that I was going to use that wouldn't be muted. But the rest are muted on YouTube. I searched, so I guess I can't do the my top 5 Megumi Nakajima songs anymore because they're all going to get muted. There are other songs that aren't muted, but they're not my favorites, so I couldn't use. It wouldn't really be the same with them. So I guess I'll just tell you my list, and you can go find them and download them if you want. I recommend going on like Nya or Baka BT and downloading the entire Macross Frontier OST. So here, I'm just going to list my top 5 Megumi Nakajima songs. The first, they're not in any particular order, by the way. The first was the one that I played last time, which was Neko Niki. And then the next is Hokago Overflow, which is probably my favorite Megumi Nakajima song, period. Then Hoshikira, then Ao no Aether, and then Seikon Hiko. So, those are my top 5 Megumi Nakajima songs. Go find them and download them, and fuck you, Victor Entertainment, for muting my entire video. Fucking stupid YouTube mutes the entire fucking video and not just the part with the song. So, fuck, piece of shit, YouTube. It would have been better. I would have been more happy if they had just fucking monetized it. There's nowhere to listen to those songs that they have muted on YouTube anywhere. They don't have their own upload anywhere to listen to. So, there's nowhere to listen to it on I can't link to it on YouTube anywhere because they're all muted. Every single one. So, except for some ones that were pulled directly from, like, the anime and just show the scene. But they mute the entire song when it's just the song uploaded. So, if you're gonna fucking do shit like that, at least put somewhere where that people can actually listen to it, because, that's pretty douchey. Cause there's nowhere on YouTube to listen to it. Just go download it. So that's what I say. That puts that pretty much kills, top 5 Megumi Nakajima songs, so I'm just gonna go on to a Toho remix that I know is not muted, and, it's one that's been stuck in my head, that I had stuck in my head for like several weeks. I was just obsessed with the song. It's so cool. It's the best Border of Life remix I've ever heard. And I don't think that there is a Border of Life remix out there that's better than this one. Well, at least if you have good taste in rock music. So this is Border of Life by Neutral, from the Circle Neutral, from the album Gravity. And see you next time.